Good morning, students. Once again, a very hearty welcome to the English world of Aradhya. I am Rasmin sir, teaching you English to the students of 9 to 12 standard in English medium. Students, in my earlier videos, we have seen different types of tenses, and mainly we have learnt simple present and simple past tense in details. Okay, we have also seen how the sentences are framed in simple present and simple past tense when we use do and does and did, how the negatives are framed, how the interrogatives are framed. Okay, now in this video we will see how the voice is changed. Remember, there are two types of voices in English grammar: active voice and passive voice. So let's begin our topic, change the voice. Okay, there are two types of voice in English grammar. First is active voice. Now here, students, the definition of the active voice is given, which you are not supposed to keep in mind, but you need to identify the type of sentence. Okay, whenever any sentence is given to you, you must identify whether it is given in active voice or it is given in passive voice. So that's why I have brought the definitions for you. A verb is in the active voice when the person or thing denoted by the subject is the doer of the action. That is, when the subject acts or is active, then it is in active voice. Look at the example. The hunter killed the tiger. So here hunter is doing the action of killing the tiger, and it is shown first only. So that is active voice. Now look at the definition of the passive voice. Passive voice. A verb is in the passive voice when the person or thing denoted by the subject is the receiver of the action. Okay, that is when the subject is passive or is acted upon. Look at the example. Same example, if we change into passive voice, then it will be like this. The tiger was killed by the hunter. So here the tiger does not do any action, but tiger receives the action. And what is the action over there? Killing, which is done by the hunter. So doer of the action is shown in the end of the sentence. Then it is passive voice. Okay. Now here, when you change from active into passive, you are supposed to identify two main things, that is subject and object. Now how can we identify the subject in the sentence? Okay, so here is a clue for you. When we ask the question with who, we get the subject of the sentence. Look at the example. The painter draws a picture. Okay, now in the same sentence, if we ask the question with who draws a picture, we get the answer, the painter. So the painter is the subject over here because he does the action of drawing. Similarly, object can be found out by asking the question with what or whom. When we ask question with what or whom, we get the object of the sentence. Look at the example. Mr. Patel teaches us maths. Now again, in this sentence there are two objects. Okay, at the most in the sentence there can be two objects. What does Mr. Patel teach us? When we ask the question with what, we get the answer maths. So maths is your one object. And second question we can ask with whom. Whom does Mr. Patel teach maths? So he teaches maths to us. So us is your answer. So that is your second object. Understood? With this, student, I am sure that you are crystal clear about identifying the subject and object. Remember, in change the voice, if you can't identify the right subject or object, then you cannot change them into another voice. So first thing is this, you need to identify the subject and object, and those you can identify by asking the question with who, what and whom. Okay, now we have certain rules for changing the sentence of active voice into passive voice. So we will see all those rules. So here are your rules, students. Okay, we are supposed to change the places of subject and object. Okay, and then the third form of the main verb should be used. Along with that, certain auxiliary verbs related to the particular tenses must be used. So here are the rules for you. First rule, the places of subject and object are interchanged. Okay, in place of subject, when you change it into another voice, object comes, and in place of object, subject comes. Okay. Second thing, the pronoun when used as subject or object also undergoes a change. So what is the change over here? Suppose any pronoun, what are the pronouns? I, we, you, he, she, it, these all are pronouns. Okay. So when the pronoun changes from subject to object, its form also changes. So I becomes me and me becomes I. Similarly, we becomes us and us becomes we. They becomes them. She becomes her. He becomes him. And him is given, then it will become he. Remember, while you and it remain the same in active also and passive also. So this is an exception. You remains as it is. It remains as it is. No change in that. But in the remaining pronouns, you will have these changes. Okay. Then third rule is, in passive voice, the sentence begins with the object, while in active voice, it begins with the subject. So doer of the action is first in the active voice, and receiver of the action is first in the passive voice. Okay. Then you see fourth rule, the proper to be form and the third form of the verb must be used in a passive voice. So suppose the sentence is of past tense, then to be form was or were will be used. If the sentence belongs to simple present tense, then am, are, is, any of these three can be used. Okay, suitable to the subject as auxiliary verbs. And then the third form of the verb must be used. Okay, so killed, its third form also is killed. Draws, its third form, drawn. Okay, similarly, you'll have to remember the third form of most of the verbs. Otherwise, you cannot change them into passive or you cannot change them into active. Now, sentence having transitive verbs can only be changed into passive voice. Okay, certain sentences are such, students, which do not have transitive verbs. Now, what is transitive verb? Transitive verbs means which are followed by an object, which can take an object. But certain verbs are there which do not take any object. So they are known as intransitive verbs. So in the sentence of active voice, if there is an intransitive verb, let me give you one example of intransitive verb. Okay, go. I go to school. Now after go there is no object. Okay, I walk to school. So after walk also there is no object. So these are known as intransitive verbs. Okay, but if you say I read a book, so read is what? A transitive book. What do you read? A book. Okay, but you cannot say what do you go. You can say where do you go, but what do you go you cannot say. So that's why these verbs like go, walk, they are what? They are intransitive verbs. While the other verbs which take the object after it, they are known as transitive verbs. So when the sentence has only transitive verbs, then only they can be changed into passive voice. Okay. Now students, we will see the tense wise active and passive. So we have already learnt simple present tense. Now in simple present tense, let's see how active and passive is made. Okay. So here is your simple present tense. First we take the assertive sentence. So I had already given you the structure of the assertive sentence, but here we will add one more thing, that is object. Earlier structures I gave you just to frame the sentences, how assertive sentences are framed in simple present tense. So there it is up to you whether to use object or not. But when you go for the active passive, object must be there. Okay. So look at the structure. First comes subject, then either verb, original verb without to, or verb with s, es or is. Remember this thing I taught you in detail. In simple present tense, the verb when it is used with third person singular, it takes s, es or is. But when it is used with the other persons, it does not take anything. It is written in its original form. For example, I go to school, we go to school, they go to school. But if you say he, then he goes to school. She goes to school. So there es is added to the verb go. So here the verb can be original, or the verb can also have ses or is. Then verb is followed by object, and after object there is ow. Ow means other words. Okay. Now when you change it into passive, I told you the places of subject and objects are changed. So object will come front. Okay, and subject will go in the end, almost in the end. So subject will go in the end. Before that preposition by would be written. Okay, so look at the structure of the passive voice. Object, according to the object you are supposed to take either am or are or is. Then we have the third form of the verb which was given in active voice, plain verb or the verb with ses or is, उसका third form यानी past participle. pp here means past participle you are supposed to take. After that you have by plus subject. Remember again, here the subject was in the beginning, now here it comes at the place of object. So as I had told you earlier, I becomes me, we becomes us. So here if the subject is I, it will become over here me. If the subject is we, then it will become us, and then you have other words. Okay. Now look at the example so it can be clear for you. You can remember these changes according to the structure also and according to the examples also. Okay, just remember one example, and then remaining all the sentences you can do on your own. So the first example, if you look at, is here. He plays big shots in every match. So here the doer of the action, subject is he. What does he play? Big shots. In every match is what? Other words. Okay. Now when we change it into passive, you are supposed to bring front the object. So a object over here is big shots, and it is given in plural. So big shots, according to that auxiliary out of mr is, what do we use? Are, because it is given in plural. Big shots are. Third form of play is played. So we have written third form. Then according to the structure after third form, we have used what? By and subject. So here by, he was the subject, that became him, and then you have other words, in every match. So he plays big shots in every match. Big shots are played by him in every match. Understood? So according to the structure only, students, we have arranged the words. So either you remember the structure or you remember just one example. Based on that, you can change all the remaining sentences quite nicely. Okay. Now look at the second example. Some people donate blood regularly. So who donate blood? We get the answer some people. So some people is your subject. Okay. What do they donate? What's a question करेंगे तो we get the answer blood. So blood is your object. Regularly is your other words. Okay. So here again blood is your object, that is brought front. Blood. Now blood is given in singular. So that's why we will use out of mr is only is. Understood, students? So blood is donated by some people regularly. So donates third form is donated. Blood is. Why we have taken is? Because donate is written in its original form. So we can identify it is simple present tense. Or when the verb takes s, es or is, then also it is simple present tense. So in both the cases you see the sentences are given in simple present tense. So that's why we are supposed to use only am or are or is, and then third form of the verb. And after that you see by some people. Regularly is your other words. So some people donate blood regularly. Blood is donated by some people regularly. So I hope your assertive sentences are quite clear with these examples. Now we move on to the negative sentence. Okay. In simple present tense only, how the negative sentences are converted into passive voice. So look at the example structure over here once again. Subject, and remember I had taught you in simple present tense, if you want to make negative, we take the help of the helping verbs do or does. Now you must remember where do is used and where does is used. When the subject is the third person singular, he, she, it, then we use does. And when the subject is the remaining person, first person singular plural, second person singular plural, or third person plural, then we use do. So do or does, then we have not because it is a negative sentence. Then we have original verb. Okay, whenever do does are used, the main verb is written in its original form. So here it is original verb always. Then we have object, and then we have other words. Now when we change it into passive, the object will come front. So in passive, the sentence begins with object. Object suitable to it, either am or are or is. After that you are supposed to put not. Then the third form of the original verb, that is pp, means third form, past participle. After that you have by subject, and then you have other words. Okay, if it is not clear, just look at the example. First example, he does not like English grammar. So who does not like English grammar? He is your subject. What does he not like? तो you get the answer, English grammar उसको अच्छा नहीं लगता है. तो English grammar is your object. Here we don't have other words, so it is easy to convert it into passive then. English grammar, which is only singular thing, so that's why we have taken is. English grammar is not liked by him. Liked is the third form of like. Okay, and he became him over here because it came at the place of object. Before that by is must. Okay, now look at the second example. They do not serve the poor for fame. Okay, who do not serve the poor for fame? So they. Okay, whom do they not serve for fame? तो the poor. किसको वो फेम के लिए सर्व नहीं करते हैं? तो पुअरों को. So the here we get the object by asking the question with whom. So our object is the poor. So sentence will begin with the poor in passive. The poor, here the poor refers to all the poor people. Okay, it is an adjective. Adjective come noun. So that is a particular use of this word. And that's why the verb we have taken is in plural, are. The poor are not served by them for fame. Understood? So here, even though poor does not look in plural form, but it is considered as poor, as plural noun. It refers to many people, all the poor people. So that's why are is used. The poor are not served by them for fame. For fame is your other words. Okay, now we look at the interrogative sentence. Remember, we are doing only the active passive in simple present tense. Okay. Now interrogative sentences, you know, in simple present tense, interrogative sentences will begin. These are just yes no type interrogative sentences, जिसका जवाब yes या no में आ सकता है. So they will begin with do or does, and whenever do or does are used in a sentence, then the main verb is written in its original form. I told you just now. So same thing. So here the structure of interrogative sentence in active voice is do or does, then subject, then original verb, then object, and then other words with question mark. Okay. Now in passive, what will happen? We don't know what the object is. So according to the object, you will have to use to be's form, that is am, are, or is. If object is singular, you use is. If object is I, then we can use am. If object is plural, then we can use are. So am, are, or is plus object plus pp. Pp means third form of the original verb. Then by subject, and then you have other words and question mark. Now look at the example in active voice. Do you like fast food? So here fast food is your object. What do you like? Fast food की बात है. So fast food is your object. When it is taken front, fast food is in singular. So is we are using. Is fast food liked by you? This way your passive should be done. Okay, if you say fast food is liked by you, then it is wrong. Just by putting the question mark in the end, you cannot change it into passive voice. Here the word should be arranged in this manner only. If it is active voice, it will begin with do or does. If it is passive voice, it will begin with either am or are or is. Look at the second example. There also you will get it clear. Does your mother help you in your studies? So whom does she help? You. You is your object. So when you take you front, with you we use are. So here also the question in passive will begin with are. Are you helped by your mother in your studies? Understood? So students, I think it is quite clear with these two examples how passive of the interrogative sentences in simple present tense is done. Okay. Now we move on to the WH question. Okay. Students, in WH question what happens? It's quite simple. Just in front of do does, in front of the previous structure, you just put when, where, why or how. Remaining structure is same. Again, in passive structure also you put when, where, why or how. Remaining structure is same. Remaining structure is of yes no question. So your passive in WH question also is ready. So here you look at the example. Why do you tease her during recess? Now if you remove why, your yes no question becomes, do you tease her during recess? So here you see, students. So students, you see here, in passive again it begins with why, because in active also it begin with why. So why? Here object is what? Her. Whom do you tease? Her. So her will become she when it is changed into passive voice. So why is she teased by you during recess? Remember, I have arranged the words according to the structure only. First WH word, then you have MR is according to the subject object. Object is she, so she के साथ is जाता है. Then you have third form of the verb, that is tease का teased. Then you have by subject, so by you, and other words during recess. Okay. Then second example, you look at. When does your mother cook your favorite dish? So what does she cook? Your favorite dish. Who cooks? Your mother. So here your subject and objects are ready. Okay. Now when you convert, here also it will begin, in active also it will begin with when, in passive also it will begin with when. So when, after that, you just have to pay a little attention whether M will come, R will come or is will come. Here your favorite dish, only one dish is talked about. So that's why it is third person singular. So it is. उसके साथ is जाएगा. You normally say my favorite dish is this. You don't say my favorite dish are this. No, is this. Okay, favorite dishes, then you can use are. But only one dish then is. So here, when is your favorite dish cooked by your mother? Here you don't have other words. So it is quite easy. So students, in such type of sentences also, just first identify the subject and object, and then see what is the third form of the verb and which auxiliary verbs will be used, am, are or is. Okay. Here we go ahead with who question. Now who question is slightly different. Okay. So in who question, students, if you see, who question begins with who. After that there is no use of do or does, but the verb is written with s, es or is. So verb is always used with s, es or is. Then you have object. So in this structure you see, you don't have subject. Okay, in the end it is object and other words. So you don't have subject. So its passive is just beginning with by whom. Okay, in all the tenses with all the auxiliaries, the passive will begin with by whom only if you are given who question. who वाला क्वेश्चन है तो उसका पैसिव हर एक टेंस में या तो हर एक ऑक्सिलरी वाले सेंटेंस में बाय हुम से ही होगा. Okay, then here again you see by s, es or is you can identify that it is the sentence of simple present tense. So according to the object you are supposed to use am, are or is. So by whom plus am plus are plus is means any one of these three. Then you have object. Then you have third form of the verb, that is past participle, and then you have other words and question mark. Look at the example. First example, who gets the first rank in your class? Now here who verb is gets. See, verb takes s, get के पीछे s लगा है, and object is what? The first rank. Okay, and then in your class are other words. Now when you change it into passive, by whom, they are talking about the first rank, that is third person singular. So by whom is the first rank got, third form of get is got in your class. So question should remain question. In passive also question will remain question. If the negative sentence is given in active voice, then in passive also it will remain negative. Only we change the places of the subject and object and add third form of the verb along with the auxiliaries. Okay, then second example, who teaches science in your school? So what is talked about here? What is taught? Science. Science is your object. So by whom is science taught in your school? So this way the passive of who question is done. Okay, now just one more, students, here you see what question. So in what question again you don't have object. Okay, in who question you did not have subject, in what question you don't have object. So object, because of that its passive is slightly different. In active voice you see what plus do or does plus subject plus original verb plus other words. So here object is missing, no object. So when you change it into passive, the structure is like this: what plus is plus pp, pp means third form, plus by subject plus other words. So here object is missing, subject is given, so by subject will come. Look at the example, what do you do on Sunday? So what is done by you on Sunday? Object is not given. Okay, second example, what does Geeta read in the morning? वो क्या पढ़ती है वो ही नहीं दिया है. So when you question with what, okay, you get object, but that is only not given. So here its passive is done in this way: what is read by Geeta in the morning? Understood? So I think your what question is also clear. Now look at the last point over here in simple present tense. Many a times you get like this sentences where two objects are given. So when two objects are given, its passive also is done in two different ways. Okay, so here first you identify how are the objects arranged. First you see subject, then verb, original verb या तो verb with ses or is, then you have object 1 that is normally person, and you have object 2 that is normally thing, and then other words. Now when you take object 1, so this is your structure: object 1 plus MRIs plus PP plus object 2 plus by plus other words. Okay, and if you take the second object first, then you are supposed to add this word, particular word, to, to, before the object 1. So its structure is object 2 plus MRIs plus PP plus 2 plus object 1 plus by subject plus other words. Understood? So look at the example. My grandmother tells me a story every day. So here you have two objects. What does your grandmother tell you? A story. Whom does she tell a story? Me. Okay, every day is your other words. So here I am told a story by my grandmother every day. And if you take a story first, then a story is told to me. Me is your फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्ट को वहाँ रखते हो तो उसके आगे टू लगाना पड़ेगा. अ स्टोरी इज टोल्ड टू मी बाय माई ग्रैंड मदर एवरी डे. ओके, देन लुक एट द सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल. द मैजिशियन शोज द ऑडियंस मैनी मैजिक ट्रिक्स. सो whom does the magician show all these tricks? Audience. So audience is your object 1. What does the magician show? So magic tricks. So that is your object 2. Here you don't have other words. So passive is the audience is shown many magic tricks by the magician. And if we take magic tricks as the object, many magic tricks are, because they are many, so are shown to the audience by the magician. So here also before the audience, that is your first object, we use the word to. And in the previous sentence also, before me, that was your first object, before that we used the word to. Otherwise everything is same. So students, I am sure with all this you have got enough understanding of active and passive in simple present tense. Next time, in my next video, we will talk about the other tenses and how the active and passive is done in those tenses and in sentences with auxiliaries. So till then students, you study all this, stay fit, stay fine and study well. God bless you. Thank you and have a nice day.